Christina with Bubblegum Paper, and I'm here with a bubbly birthday wish for my best friend. I'm featuring products from Lawn Fawn and Mama Elephant. Now today is Gloria's birthday. Gloria and I met our very first week in college, and we've been friends ever since. She's like the sister I never had, and we've gone on so many fun adventures together. Here's a close-up of what the card looks like, and let's get started. I'm using this stamp set from Lawn Fawn called Loads of Fun, which really is loads of fun. I'm also using the scalloped rectangle dies, the girlfriend stamps from Mama Elephant, which I love, the stitch circles from Simon Says Stamp, and the Sizzix circle framelits. I usually use Memento Tuxedo black ink with my coloring, but today I'm going to try this Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink. I've seen a couple of other people use this, and it seems to work really well with Copic markers, so I thought I'd buy myself an ink pad and try it out. So here I am, I'm stamping the washing machine first, and then I'm going to go in and stamp some of the clothing elements. I end up just using one underwear and I think 3 pairs of socks in this card, but I also stamped a couple extra just in case I mess up, and I also wanted to stamp the bubbles. Then I wanted to add these smiley faces. So this stamp set comes with a bunch of different expressions, and I thought, it might be cool to add some personality to these clothing elements. For the underwear, I also added a smiley face there because I was thinking, they have character underwear like Hello Kitty and that kind of stuff, so it might be fun to have happy underwear as well. Next, I'll move into my Copic coloring. I'm starting with the laundry machine, and I'm coloring it this aqua Tiffany blue color. And that's because Gloria painted her laundry room Tiffany blue when she first moved into her house. She figured if the laundry room reflected a happy color that she loved, maybe doing laundry would be loads of fun. So even though her machine is a normal color, I thought I would add an element of Tiffany blue to this card. Then I go in and I color the underwear and the socks. Now the socks have smiley faces on them because they remind me of Gloria's daughter. Gloria's daughter, Taryn, is my goddaughter. And when Taryn was 2 or 3 years old, she had this bag of organic cotton booties that she used as a pacifier, and they kept her company, so she called them Me's. And these little Me's were everywhere. So if you look at Taryn's little baby pictures, she has socks going all over the place because they were her best friends. And as Taryn became a big girl, she decided it was time to move on and share the Me's with other little girls out there. So she packaged up her family of Me's, packed them with some snacks, wrote them a little thank you note, and sent them on their way. So these little socks remind me of Taryn's Me's. So I'm going to speed this up and set the rest of the coloring to music, and I will be back at the end. Next, I'm going to use the coordinating dies to cut out all the different elements I colored. I'm starting with the right side of the cardstock, which has the little girls and the bubble and the sock. And by the way, these little girls are from the Mama Elephant Girlfriend stamp set, which I absolutely love. The short little wide girl is me, and the taller, skinnier one is Gloria. And Gloria, by the way, always wears black pants, or she loves, loves, loves animal prints, like zebra print, leopard print, cheetah print, you name it. I don't think I've actually seen her wear them as pants, but she does love those prints. I just don't have the artistic ability to draw those in. So I went with black pants. After I cut out the different clothing elements, I move on and I cut a little circle out of the washing machine door. So I'm going to turn this into a shaker card, so I want to have a little window there. Then I take the Simon Says Stamp stitch circles and I nest them together to make a little rim. And I'm also cutting out a scalloped rectangle for the card base. Now I'm going to take my paper trimmer and just cut a little square that's about 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 wide. And I'm going to do some ink blending on that square. Maybe it's 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. I also took this really fun Let's Polka in the Meadow paper from Lawn Fawn and I just trimmed it down to an A2 size, so it's 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches tall. Next I'll do some ink blending. I'm using spun sugar and squeezed lemonade, and I'm just going to color the corners. So I'm starting with the spun sugar and I'm making a sort of a pinkish corner. Then I'm flipping the paper around and I'm going to ink blend the yellow side, which is the squeezed lemonade. Now I don't really want to blend the two colors together, so I don't want to make any orange in the center, so I'm being careful to keep the center relatively white. Next I'm going to take that stitched circle frame that I made using the Simon Says Stamp stitched circle dies, and I'm just going to color them a really light shade of gray. Nothing crazy, just using C00 and C1 and just shading that out a bit. Now I'm taking a piece of acetate and I'm just gluing that to the front panel of the washing machine. That way there's a little window there. And then I'm just putting the various layers together just to see how it all looks. So here's the door, and then this is the background. And I'm not gluing that down yet just because I need to add the shaker elements, but I just wanted to get placement. Then I'm going to emboss the greeting on the front. So I'm using my embossing powder bag to remove any static that I have. And I'm using Versamark ink and I'm just stamping the sentiment that says, "Hope your birthday is loads of fun." I'm using my very favorite liquid platinum embossing powder. You probably have seen me use this as my only embossing powder. Believe me, I have a drawer full of embossing powders, but for some reason this is my go-to one. So I'm going to heat set that really quickly with my heat tool. And by the way, Gloria is actually the first person to introduce heat embossing to me. This is back over 10 years ago. We were doing save the dates for her wedding, and we sat in her mom's dining room and just embossed away until the wee hours of the night. And her now husband also helped. He's so strong, and he was punching out all these circles because we didn't have a die cutting machine. So he was like cutting everything and we were stamping and embossing. Super fun. Now I'm just figuring out how I want the me's and the happy underwear to sit inside the frame of the washing machine door. So I'm just playing around with the placement here and the bubbles. In the end, I actually do change this later on in the card, but here's how I think I want it to look. Next, I'm going to mark off where I want that window to show up. And then I'm taking some foam adhesive and I'm just applying that to the back to make a little crevice or a little well to put all my sequins in. And this takes me a little while to do, so I'm going through and doing this really quickly. I've seen a tip where you can actually cut like the fun foam and cut a circle out of that, and then you automatically have a circle. So I'm going to have to try that sometime. But for now, I've made this little well. So I'm going to put a bunch of sequins in the center. Decide to remove the adhesive. That was a bad idea. So if I did this again, I would not remove that backing because you will see this is going to get everywhere because I overfilled my washing machine. This is like someone who's doing laundry for the very first time. I completely overfilled my laundry machine. So when I turn this around, you can't see any of the me's or the underwear. So what I ended up doing off camera was reassembling and like putting the me's up front in the front window, gluing them there, and then putting the sequins behind it. Now I'm applying 3 layers of foam adhesive to the back of each of the little girls, and that way they will sit snug in front of the washing machine. So I put Gloria there on the right side and me on the left side because I'm a lefty and she's a righty. Actually, I didn't do that on purpose, it just happens to be that way. And then I'm just putting some really strong Suk Wang tape on the back of the washing machine so it doesn't move. I'm gluing that down to the center of the card, and then I will place the two little girls permanently on either side of the machine. Next, I'm going to use my Wink of Stella clear glitter brush pen, and I'm adding sparkles all over this card. Gloria loves sparkles. So I made our outfits shiny, I made the door of the washing machine shiny, and I made all the switches shiny. And now I'm just taking a standard A2 size card and I'm scoring it in half and folding that. I'm taking the aqua panel and gluing that to the front of the folding card and adding the scalloped rectangle panel to the very front of that. Now I still had two more elements. I had the sock and the bubble from my coloring escapades earlier, so I decided to glue those to the inside of the card, and that would frame my greeting when I write it to Gloria. So here's the finished card, and here are two close-ups of the detailed elements. I just had so much fun making this card. So happy birthday, Gloria. I wish I were there to celebrate with you. And thank you all so much for watching this video. Here are two more cards that I made. One features Lawn Fawn. It's a spinning birthday ice cream card. And the other one features Mama Elephant, which is a little puppy dog. And Gloria loves puppies, so I thought I would add that at the end. You can follow me on social media at Bubblegum Paper or visit my blog at bubblegumpaper.com. Have an awesome day and catch you next time. Bye!